Sorry about my hair. Alright, I'm NDP. Very, very much NDP, but this year, you're most definitely going to want to vote Conservatives. I say that not based on the Conservative platform, but because the Liberals have to go, and the NDP are not a viable party at all. First of all, with a minimum wage, you can put fuel in your car, you can pay the insurance on your car, you can eat, you can afford a cell phone, you can pay your rent, you can afford your utilities, and you still got luxury money after your phone bill. If you're paying $400 to get a filling in your wisdom tooth, you say thank you. That's very affordable, that's a good price. You don't complain and say you need free dental. So if the NDP is planning on paying everyone's dental with your taxes, that's a clear flaw in their platform. Second of all, they want to give free education to all of the kids. That means people that aren't competent students that are there just to screw around, you're going to end up with them in your workplace because now they're credited as being graduates. Aside from the fact that you're going to have sexual predators in school, drug dealers in school, just general bigots that with their diplomas are going to suggest that they're now competent individuals and their opinions are worth something. And so you don't want everyone going to school, especially not for free, on your taxes. They want to put these out as grants, and they say, well, a grant doesn't actually count as money. Yes, it does, because you're actually paying the professors, you're paying for the utilities, you're paying for the space, and you're actually taking away the profits that they would be making otherwise from paying students that would be in those classrooms. So again, the NDP completely failed on a proper platform. One moment. Forgot what the other things were, and I can't even change my video. But hallway Medicare. They think that you have to go and see a doctor in order to get the medication that you want if you're going to get good medication. But the fact of the matter is most people aren't very open about their symptoms. They're not very clear anyways, and they don't know anything about medication or about health or about the language that they're speaking, even if they're a monolingual, and they don't understand anything about what they're supposed to be feeling or interpreting. And then so you don't get the good medication if you go and sit in with a doctor anyways. You just end up repeatedly taking wrong medication from being unclear about what you want. Hallway medication works out fine because then they give you the safest, best bet. And in the event that you don't feel comfortable with that, then you can properly arrange proper appointments. We'll just use appointments. And wait an extra 2 or 3 days, because that's what you're going to end up doing if you go to a doctor anyways. The only difference is it's going to take the course of 2 months and you're going to go through like 5 different medications, and they're all going to be the wrong ones because you don't know how to explain yourself. Because typically that's what elderly people factually do when they go to the doctors. I gotta pause this again because there's 2 more things on the NDP platform and they're just as bad as the first 3. Okay, so hydro obviously used to be completely run on government tax abatements. Look at all the wires they got in the air, right? Every single street, Hydro wants, maintaining every single one of them. They're replacing every single one of them. They're installing every single one of them. And today there is more hydro lines than there has ever been before in this province. And they're paying people $35 an hour to maintain them, to secure them, to install them. And they have to use the trucks, and gas prices are higher than they've ever been before. They have to actually buy new trucks, and they're always installing new and better technology to service you. Obviously, we have to pay that, and if you're not paying for your Hydro One, you're paying for the services, and you should be paying a service bill, not just for the price of the electricity that you're charging. That's going to come out of you either way through your taxes, because we have to pay that, because they're getting paid. And money is real and it is backed up by stuff. That's the amount of supplies that we actually have in our country to distribute to people. And when people got $1 billion in their bank account, that's just a credit. I'll get into that in a different... Anyways, Hydro One, yeah, sure, we never should have sold it to private investors because it's a profit sector industry. But you can't lower the price of your hydro because we're actually paying people $35 an hour more than ever to cover more space than ever. And there's one more flaw with the NDP platform, so I just got to pause this so I can remember. I'm really bad once I get ranting with my memory of lists of things. Anyways, I botched the 5th point on the NDP platform. I can't remember what it is. I'm just going to have to put it in the comments. Anyways, if you're not for the Liberals, and you shouldn't be for the liberals. They are liberal to oppress you, and liberal to destroy the environment, and liberal to be bigots, and liberals to completely sabotage any hope you or any other human in humanity's history will ever have. You should vote for the Conservatives. That's basically it. As sad as that is. And as sad as Doug Ford's plan really seems, because he wants to take away all of our taxes, which we need for our subsidized fuel prices, our subsidized food prices, our subsidized clothing prices, our subsidized utilities, our subsidized, services, from healthcare and education and security to anything else and everything else you can imagine. What he's actually doing is he's taking away the taxes that you're paying to the welfare state, because all of the other taxes will be administered where necessary to everything else, first most, until everything starts hitting the fan and we go into a deficit. At which point the government will collapse and it'll have to rethink its budget. Because, like I was trying to say before, money is real and it's actually limited. There's only so much food you can give out. There's only so much fuel you can give out. There's only so much electricity you can get out. We're actually producing these things. It takes manpower to produce these things. And the farmers aren't slaves. And in fact, the farmers are doing really good.